All right, it appears that we are back, and apologies again for the technical difficulties earlier in the evening as my XSplit software completely locked up, crashed, and bit the big one. And so I have switched over to OBS, and I seem to have an excellent connection. And let's see if we have any movement of the video, which was working pretty well before. Yes, I do see movement now on the video. So I think we are back, and I think we are ready to pick up where we left off with the Filsinger Cup Championship Tournament. Earlier tonight on the stream we saw, or we didn't see, but we heard a match between Nick Aldis and Tully Blanchard, which was won by Aldis by way of a tombstone pile driver after a intense but brief battle against Tully Blanchard. So Aldis moves on in the tournament, and we are ready to move forward to the next matchup between Johnny Valentine and BRYAN Danielson. And good evening to Captain Carl. Thank you for the feedback. Audio and visual are working fine. Captain Carl, I hope you were not frustrated with trying to watch matches previously when there was no video. But as we mentioned, we are in the Filsinger Cup Tournament, which is every champion from the past 12 months comes together in the month of September for a tournament to crown the new Filsinger Cup Championship winner for the previous season. And that pay-per-view is held in October in celebration of the founding of Heartland Championship Wrestling back in October of 2006. So this year will mark 15 years of Filsinger Cup action. And the past couple of years we have been live on YouTube with some of that action, and tonight we have 3 more matches to go. Next up is Johnny Valentine taking on BRYAN Danielson. This should be a good one. Valentine has the power advantage, Danielson with the agility. As we are ready to rock, and the opening initiative roll goes to Johnny Valentine. And he is going to go for a reverse chin lock, but that is an agility move, and Danielson slips out of the way of that one. And it is Danielson who pitches Valentine out of the ring, dives through the ropes, and slams onto Valentine at ringside. How about that? That is going to cost Johnny a point of fatigue. He cannot be counted out, as he is only a 1-rated pin wrestler, but he takes the first point of fatigue in the match, and just like that, Danielson is in control. And Danielson is going to bring Valentine back into the ring and go with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Johnny Valentine. And Valentine, on a roll of 5, hits a flying shoulder tackle off the ropes, knocking Danielson down to the canvas. That puts Valentine in control. He's going to grab the leg of Danielson and roll him into a reverse toe hold, but quickly it is Danielson getting to the ropes to break that up before any submission might occur. Both men to their feet, and Johnny Valentine catches him with a knee lift right into the gut, and that staggers Danielson. A little rough stuff here from Valentine, and now a big chop to the chest, echoing throughout New Orleans. As Valentine is in control, Valentine now is going to go back to that reverse toe hold, and once again, Danielson gets to the ropes and gets out of harm's way there. And as Valentine comes in, it is Danielson with a roundhouse kick to the rib cage that just levels Valentine, dropping him to his knees. And Danielson now pummeling Valentine's midsection with kick after vicious kick across the chest. Valentine is staggered. Danielson is backed off, grabs Valentine. Here's another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Valentine, and here is a running back elbow from Danielson that puts Valentine back down to the canvas. Valentine with another whip to the, Danielson with another whip to the ropes, and this time it is a big shoulder tackle, collision in mid-ring. Valentine with the power advantage takes Danielson down to the mat, and Valentine is now in control. Back and forth we go. And now it is going to be Valentine with another knee lift right into the gut of Danielson. Valentine is very physical in this match. And now Valentine is going to go back to that reverse toe hold, and this time he's able to get a little bit of torque on the knee and on the lower leg of Danielson and slow him down just a little bit. And as Danielson gets to his feet quickly, Valentine in with a standing arm lock, taking Danielson down to a knee. Danielson is down, and now it is going to be a big backbreaker attempted by Valentine, picking Danielson up off the mat, trying to drop him down across the knee. But on a roll of 4, it is Danielson who slips out of that one and shoves Valentine chest first into the turnbuckle. And as Valentine bounces off the turnbuckle, Danielson with an enziguri to the back of the head puts Valentine down on the canvas. Great move by Bryan Danielson there. He got out of that attempted backbreaker, countered with a stiff kick to the back of the head, and Valentine is down. Mark Ferguson here in the chat room. Let's go, Johnny. But it is Bryan Danielson in control, and he's going to go to a chokehold here. He losing his temper here a little bit as Valentine came with the rough stuff. And on a roll of 8, Valentine is able to power his way out of the chokehold. That was a choice move. And it is Valentine who once again lights up Danielson with another big chop across the chest. Valentine continuing to be very physical in his attacks. Danielson now fires back, tries to come off the ropes with an elbow smash. Valentine blocks that one, and it is Valentine who takes Danielson down to the mat once again with a double leg takedown. Danielson scrambles to his feet, but Valentine is up first and just scores with another vicious knee lift to the stomach of Danielson. That's 3 times Danielson has taken hard knees to the gut to put Valentine back in control of this one. Here's another big chop to the chest by Valentine, and Danielson just tumbles right out of the ring and rolls out to the arena floor. But Valentine is after him. And out of the ring, the roll is a 4. And that is a wild brawl on the arena floor. Both wrestlers roll disqualification. There will be no disqualifications in Filsinger Cup Tournament matches, so this is going to come down to an even odd roll. Danielson gets even, but on a roll of 3, it is Valentine winning the brawl on the arena floor. And as the match returns to the ring, Valentine goes right to the Atomic Skull Crusher. He may get him here on a roll of Snake Eyes, but on a roll of 4, Danielson gets out. Our last match ended on a roll of Snake Eyes, and Valentine nearly pulled the trick there with the Atomic Skull Crusher. And now Valentine pitches Danielson out of the ring. Valentine is the superior of the two when it comes to brawling. And on a roll of 10, it is indeed Valentine who wins the brawl and smashes Danielson into the ring steps. Danielson is taking some punishment here. And now we have coming from Valentine a choice C, which on the power roll of 9 or lower is going to be a level 2 shoulder ram hit by Valentine into the corner. Danielson is going to fire right back from that, and Danielson spins around and nails Valentine with a discus elbow smash. A big smash to the side of the head of Valentine. Valentine tumbles out of the ring. Will we see more out of the ring action? No, it's going to be Danielson who's going to wait it out and force Valentine to make the helpless crawl back into the ring where Danielson awaits. And now Danielson is going to go for a submission hold. He's got the face lock on Valentine, and he is pummeling Valentine on the side of the head with a series of MMA elbows. Elbow smash after elbow smash to the head of Johnny Valentine. We'll see a submission here on a roll of 6 or lower. And on a roll of 3, he got it. Just like that, Bryan Danielson crushing Johnny Valentine with those MMA elbows. Just vicious strikes by BRYAN Danielson. He was giving up 70 pounds in that match, but he is a striker that compares to none other. Second to none is Danielson's striking ability. We saw earlier in the match those devastating kicks to the ribs. And when Valentine was trapped in that arm bar with the MMA elbows pummeling down on his head, he went unresponsive and the referee called for the bell. So your winner in this one, moving on in the Filsinger Cup Tournament, is the one and only American Dragon BRYAN Danielson. That's a 2014 card on BRYAN Danielson, one of his earliest Filsinger game cards in the Ring of Honor Wrestling Federation, back when he used to use moves like the crossface chicken wing and the cattle mutilation and those devastating MMA elbows. That's a +4 finisher, and Valentine could not withstand the pounding, and he goes down to defeat. So 2 matches down, 2 to go, and up next we have a very intriguing matchup in the tag team competition. It's going to be the Midnight Express, your current Atlantic Tag Team champions, managed by Jim Cornette, taking on another team from the West Coast independent scene, Jay and Mark the BRISCOE brothers. So both these teams are rough and tumble. Both of these are 2 of the most well-coordinated tag teams you will ever see in the sport. Jim Cornette has had an affiliation with the BRISCOE brothers in the past, but his loyalties are firmly in the corner of the Midnight Express in this matchup. So the teams are ready to go, and it will be Stan Lane starting off for the Midnights against Mark BRISCOE. As we say hello again to Mark Ferguson. Thank you everybody for your patience with the technical problems here on this end, and we'll have to shore things up before future broadcasts. But tonight we are ready to roll here in tag team action, and it is Stan Lane who takes the opening initiative roll and just goes right to the eyes of Mark BRISCOE with an eye poke. Boy, Lane not messing around. BRISCOE is stunned by that, and here is a spin kick from the educated feet of Stan Lane. As Jim Cornette likes to say, the left one went to Harvard, the right one went to Yale, and he nails that one. But BRISCOE is going to fire back with some redneck kung fu of his own. Arms and legs flying everywhere, and a shot to the throat from BRISCOE staggers Stan Lane. Boy, Mark BRISCOE took that kick and came back firing. And now it is BRISCOE, Mark BRISCOE, coming off the ropes with a springboard cutter. And that stuns Stan Lane. He's going to try for the tag. He cannot get there. BRISCOE now in control, and it is BRISCOE with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Stan Lane, and on a roll of 6, that is a big kick by BRISCOE to the side of the head of Stan Lane, and we're going to see Jay BRISCOE tag into the match now for the first time. Jay BRISCOE in control on Stan Lane, and here is a hard back elbow from BRISCOE. A hard back elbow from Jay BRISCOE. And that's going to be followed by another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle once again comes Stan Lane, and Jay BRISCOE just nails him with a running back elbow smash that puts Lane down onto the canvas. Stan Lane is in trouble here, and Jim Cornette is beside himself at ringside. Jay BRISCOE pitches Lane out of the ring, and the party is going to start now, as BRISCOE loves a brawl better than anything. But on a roll of 5, it is actually Stan Lane who grabs Jay BRISCOE and smashes him face first onto the announcer's table. Again, this is a no disqualification match, but Stan Lane is now in control after surprisingly getting the best of Jay BRISCOE in a battle outside the ring. What's Lane going to do? Lane back into the ring. Here's a Russian leg sweep. Lane's going to go for a cover, and BRISCOE kicks out of that. And now for the first time, we'll see beautiful Bobby Eaton in this match. Loved beautiful Bobby Eaton back in the day. May he rest in peace. Recently passed away, did beautiful Bobby. And the Midnight Express would love nothing better than to celebrate his life and career with a victory here tonight and potentially a Filsinger Cup Tournament championship to add to the resume of the Midnight Express here in Fantasyland. As Eaton comes in on Jay Briscoe. And Eaton is going to pitch Briscoe out of the ring, and here we go again out to ringside. Fists and fire on both sides. And on an A5, that's the odd even roll. Briscoe gets the even roll, and on a roll of 4, it is indeed Jay Briscoe who wins the brawl. Back in the ring, it is Briscoe now with a Death Valley driver taking Eaton down to the canvas. Jay goes for the cover, but on a roll of 4, Eaton just managed to get that shoulder out of there. And Bobby Eaton has taken the first point of fatigue issued to the Midnight Express here tonight as Jay Briscoe is in control. Briscoe now is going to go up for a death jump. To the death jump chart we go. But on a roll of 3, it is Bobby Eaton who counters the move. He hit a big fist on Briscoe as Briscoe came off the top rope, and now it is Eaton going for the pin. The pin roll is a 3 or lower, but on a roll of 10, Briscoe got out of there, and Bobby Eaton now takes control. Briscoe thought he had something going coming off the top turnbuckle, but Eaton just got up and nailed him with a good old-fashioned Alabama right hand and just knocked Jay Briscoe into a tizzy. Eaton now in control, and it is going to be Eaton who thinks about going to the top rope, but instead he is going to come back and just suplex Briscoe up and down to the canvas. And Eaton quickly makes the tag back to Stan Lane, fresh man in the ring for the Midnights, as Lane comes in now against Jay Briscoe. Lane with an arm drag takes Briscoe down to the canvas. Briscoe back to his feet. Lane with another arm drag. And this time Briscoe is not as quick getting to his feet as Lane is able to come and take advantage. And what's he going to do here? He is going to go with a spin kick. And again, scoring with a spin kick on Jay Briscoe. Lane's got his pop and lock going in the center of the ring now as Briscoe struggles to his feet. And Lane just goes right back to the eyes once again. And Jay Briscoe is not happy about that at all. Briscoe comes up swinging. Lane makes the tag to Eaton. And as Eaton comes into the ring, Lane grabs hold of Briscoe, and that enables Eaton to nail Jay Briscoe with a big elbow smash. Little double team action by the Midnights there, putting them in control against Jay Briscoe. Eaton now with another big suplex takes Jay Briscoe down to the canvas. He hits hard. As we say hello to Derek Bauman in the chat room. Thank you, Derek, for joining us here tonight. Eaton now in control once again, and he nails Jay Briscoe with a stinging right hand. Nobody can throw fists like Bobby Eaton, and he stung Briscoe with that one. Here's another stinging right hand from Eaton, and this time it is Briscoe who fires back, and he just picked up Eaton and slammed him down to the mat with a spine buster. Briscoe ate a couple of right hands, finally just went down for a double leg takedown, picked Eaton up and slammed him down to the canvas hard, and finally Jay is going to tag Mark back into this match. Mark is the fresher of the two Briscoe brothers. He comes into the ring, and he immediately teams with his brother for a double flapjack as they pick Eaton up high into the air and slam him down face first onto the canvas. And now it is going to be Eaton who is going to leave the ring and get a hug from his manager, Jim Cornette. Little group hug here at ringside. But Mark Briscoe is not liking that. Mark Briscoe is going to come back out, and it is Mark Briscoe who just nails Bobby Eaton with a right hand, interrupting a group hug. How dare you interrupt a man in the middle of a group hug? Jim Cornette is indignant, but Mark Briscoe couldn't care less. Back in the ring now, Briscoe with a brutal suplex, taking Eaton down to the canvas. And Briscoe now is in control. Briscoe comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bobby Eaton. And on a roll of 10, both men are down after a big collision at the turnbuckle. Their turnbuckle ratings are equal, and Briscoe is the man on offense, so he is the first to his feet, and he is in control. Briscoe now is going to go for a cutthroat driver and takes Eaton down hard to the canvas. Briscoe goes for the cover. And on a roll of snake eyes, it's going to be Jim Cornette who is going to interfere in this situation. And he has just thrown a handful of powder into the eyes of Mark Briscoe. And he is going to get away with that one. He wouldn't be disqualified, but had the referee seen that, we may have seen Jim Cornette get ejected from ringside. But Briscoe has just taken a face full of powder. Both men are down. Eaton is the first to get back to his feet. Eaton makes the cover on Mark Briscoe. Briscoe kicks out of that one, but the match will continue now with Eaton in control as we take away a pin save from the Express. Eaton is going to go to the top rope and come down hard with the elbow across the chest of Briscoe. Didn't get all of it, but enough to stun Briscoe and keep in control as Eaton now tags out to Stan Lane. And it is Lane taking control over Mark Briscoe. And Lane comes in with a flurry of those karate kicks. He puts the cover on Briscoe. Briscoe kicks out of that one, but Mark is in some trouble now as Lane is going to work once again with those educated feet. And now here on a roll of 4, it is a midnight lariat that takes Briscoe down to the canvas once again. Here's another attempted cover and another kick out for Mark. And Brother Jay has seen enough. Brother Jay is coming into the ring now. And what's going to happen here? On a roll of 8, as Jay comes into the ring, the referee puts Jay back out of the ring, and the match continues. So Jay Briscoe came into the ring to protest what was happening. The referee sent him back out to the ring apron. Lane is still in control now in this situation, and Lane is going to go for the double team move with Bobby Eaton. Taking advantage, Eaton is up on the top rope. Here they come off with the rocket launcher, and boom, nails Mark Briscoe with the rocket launcher. Once again, it is going to be Jay Briscoe who is have to dive to make the pin save. He can't get there. And on a roll of 6 or lower, Mark Briscoe will be pinned. But on a roll of 9, Briscoe just kicked out. So the Briscoe brothers have used both of their pin save opportunities here. Mark Briscoe in trouble after that big rocket launcher. Eaton now the legal man in the ring after that move. And it is going to be Eaton who is going to go with a spinning neck breaker, dropping Briscoe down hard across the back of the neck. Eaton now in control. He's going to go for a big power slam, and that just plants Briscoe on the canvas. Briscoe finally gets to his hands and knees, trying to get out of the ring. Briscoe turns and tries to get Eaton up. And as Eaton comes in, Briscoe just picks him up and slams him down onto the canvas with a big back body drop. Eaton goes down, and Briscoe is finally able to make the tag to his brother. Eaton's also going to try and get over to make the tag, but he can't get there. And Jay Briscoe now is in the ring, and he is a house of fire. He comes off with a flying cross body block that puts Eaton back down onto the canvas. Eaton still can't get over to make the tag. Briscoe comes back with a high hip toss, and down to the canvas hard goes Eaton. Eaton is down, and he is stunned. Jay Briscoe in control here, revving himself up. Here's a super kick from Jay Briscoe. Eaton dodges that one, gets out of the way, and it is Eaton who tries to come back and tie up with Jay, but Jay still got the momentum, and Jay hip tosses him up over and down to the canvas once again. Jay Briscoe in control here as Bobby Eaton has lost his bearings. Here's Briscoe coming in with another super kick. Eaton takes a glancing blow on that one, but it is Eaton who fires back and nails Jay Briscoe with a big punch to the side of the head, and Briscoe now is staggered. Both men are on Goofy Street, and Eaton finally gets over to make the tag to Stan Lane, who is the fresh man coming into this match. Here is Stan Lane coming after Jay Briscoe. And it is going to be Lane with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jay Briscoe. But on a roll of 5 coming off the ropes, that is a powerful flying shoulder tackle from Jay Briscoe that puts Stan Lane down to the mat. That puts Jay Briscoe in control. Briscoe with another super kick, and Lane staggers backwards. Briscoe is going to come now with a Yakuza kick. This is a choice roll, and on the choice E chart, he is going to need a roll of 7 or lower to connect on this Yakuza kick, and on a roll of 6, he drilled him. Nice looking Yakuza kick there from Jay Briscoe, sends Lane tumbling back into the turnbuckle. Briscoe follows up, tag to Mark. Here's a big high elevation hip toss that puts Lane back down onto the canvas. Mark now the legal man in the ring. What's Mark going to do? He is going to go with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Stan Lane. But Lane grabs the arm of Briscoe and sends Briscoe into the opposite turnbuckle. And as Briscoe bounces off the turnbuckle, here's a big kick to the rib cage by Lane. Another well-placed karate shot puts Briscoe back down onto the canvas. Mark is down. Lane is in control. And Lane is going to come back with another flurry of those karate kicks. Kick after kick after kick. And Briscoe finally drops down and rolls out of the ring, where the party will start once again. And on a roll of 7, on the out of the ring chart, that is the best man wins roll. And Mark Briscoe has the better ring rating. He's an A, Stan Lane is a B, and that puts Mark Briscoe in control as action returns to the ring. But Briscoe wants to keep the match on the outside. Here we go again, fists and fire. And this time it is Briscoe who slams Stan Lane face first down onto the ring apron. And Lane has been stunned. Cornette is going nuts at ringside. Dave Garner is at ringside. Mark Briscoe is in control, and Briscoe is now going to go for a tag to his brother, and they're going to execute the double football tackle on Lane. Lane goes down. The pin rating here is a 5 or lower. Eaton is going to try for the pin save, and on a roll of 10, there is no pin save. Lane's going to be pinned on a roll of 5 or lower. On a roll of 5, he got him. How about that? The Briscoe brothers with a big win over the Midnight Express by way of a double football tackle. And it is Mark with the pinfall victory over Stan Lane. And the Briscoe brothers move on in the Tag Team Filsinger Cup Tournament. What a stunning defeat here at the hands of the Midnight Express. As the Briscoe brothers, as I mentioned at the top of the match, both these teams very, very well coordinated in tag team action. And it was the Briscoe brothers, by virtue of that double football tackle on Stan Lane, and Mark with the cover. Eaton was unable to get over and make the save as Jay Briscoe cut him off with a super kick. And the team of Jim Cornette's Midnight Express goes down to defeat against the Briscoe brothers here in tag team action. Awesome match, says Mark Ferguson. Wow, says James Lawrence III. And wow indeed, as the Midnight Express had to be one of the favorites in this match. But the upset happens, and the Briscoe brothers are your winners here tonight. And finally, fans, that is going to bring us to our final match and the main event of the evening. It is going to be Dusty Rhodes taking on the Great Muda. And for those of you who have followed the channel in recent weeks or followed the message board, you know that much to the surprise of fans all around the world, the Great Muda has become one of the most popular men in all of the Heartland. And it all started when the Great Muda met Hillbilly Jim in a match for the Southland Heavyweight Championship. Hillbilly Jim was accompanied to the ring by the members of Too Cool, Scotty Too Hottie, and Brian Christopher. And they went into a dance routine in the center of the ring, and Muda just couldn't help himself, and he got into the ring and got involved in the dance routine, and a whole new side of Muda has emerged. He has fired Gary Hart. he doesn't go any place without his good buddies Hillbilly Jim and the members of Too Cool. And in spite of the best efforts of Gary Hart to win Muda back into the fold, he sent Terry Funk after Muda, and Muda injured Terry Funk. Muda defeated Dr. Death Steve Williams at the last pay-per-view, and that was the end of the line for any involvement that Muda would have with Gary Hart. So Muda now one of the more popular wrestlers in the territory, and of course the popularity of Dusty Rhodes is second to none. And so these two are going to go at it, and in fact they're going to start things off with a handshake, and Dusty Rhodes is going to do a little hip swivel, a little rump shake. Dusty can dance a lick or two, and now we've got Muda in the ring, and Muda is doing the electric slide. The great Muda with the electric slide, and the fans here are loving it as Rhodes and Muda prepare to lock up in singles action. It will be Rhodes obviously with the power advantage, Great Muda obviously the faster of the two men, as they prepare for action here in New Orleans in the opening round of the 2021 Filsinger Cup Tournament and tonight's main event of the evening. So what will we see from the Great Muda and Dusty Rhodes? Time will tell, as Muda controls the action on the opening initiative roll. As they lock up, this match could go either way. And here's Muda starting things off with a whip to the ropes. Probably a good strategy by Muda, as he is the quicker of the two men. And as Dusty comes off the ropes, it is Muda with a running back elbow that puts Dusty down on the canvas. Muda follows that up with a jumping spin kick and just drills Dusty right in the gut. And quickly Dusty is down. Muda goes for the cover very quickly, but Dusty kicks out of that one. Muda wants to advance in this tournament. He wants to do so on his own terms. And now Muda with a power drive elbow onto the mat as Rhodes is still down. What's Muda going to do now? He is going to pick Dusty Rhodes up and down across the knee in a hard backbreaker. And with that, Dusty just rolls out of the ring, and he is going to take a break at ringside. Are we going to see ringside shenanigans? Yes, we are, as Muda comes out of the ring, and Dusty just nails Muda right between the eyes with a bionic elbow, and that staggers Muda. As finally both men go back into the ring, and it is Dusty now in control after the big elbow on the outside. And we may see a move from Dusty here. We're going to see a drop kick from Dusty as Muda comes into the ring. Muda eats that, but he comes back and grabs Dusty and whips Dusty into the ropes. Off the ropes comes Dusty, and once again another back elbow from Muda puts Dusty down on the canvas. Muda back in control. Muda now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Dusty, and on a roll of 10, both men collide, and it is Muda with the running knee smash at the turnbuckle that staggers Dusty, and Dusty drops down to the mat once again. Muda drops down and locks in that bridging chin lock. We've seen Muda do this in the past. Muda is predominantly an aerial-based wrestler, but he can do some things on the mat, and he is making Dusty pay the price with that bridging chin lock. Dusty slowly gets to his feet, and Muda once again nails him with another jumping spin kick. And here is another jumping spin kick, and this time Rhodes gets out of the way of that one, and Rhodes fires back and takes Muda down to the canvas and locks up the right knee of the Great Muda. He's got a scissor lock on that knee joint, trying to ground the Great Muda and slow down some of his explosive and high impact moves. Dusty in control now as Muda gets to his feet, and Dusty nails him again with another bionic elbow, and this time Muda goes down, and that's going to cost him a point of fatigue. The fatigue is at 1 point apiece now, and Dusty is in control. Dusty is going to go with the big Stardust pile driver, and he drops Muda headfirst onto the canvas. Didn't quite get all of that one, and Muda is able to roll away and slowly get to his feet. But Dusty meets him and picks him up into the air and slams him down to the canvas with a vertical suplex. Hard times indeed for Muda as Dusty connects on that suplex, and Muda is down. And Dusty is going to follow that up with a big flying elbow drop across the chest of Muda, and that's going to send Muda rolling out of the ring looking for a break. Out of the ring we go once again. And this time it is Dusty who's going to take a break in the ring and force Muda to come back into the ring under the authority of the 10 count. Muda back into the ring and Dusty in control. And Dusty takes Muda down, and he's going to go to the figure 4 leg lock. Can he force a submission here on the figure 4? The submission roll is 5 or lower, but on a roll of 9, Muda is able to quickly get over to the ropes and force the break. Close call for Muda there as Dusty had the figure 4 locked in. But Muda was able to react quickly and interrupt that hold before a submission could be accomplished. Dusty now back in control. Here's another big pile driver attempt. And again, Muda was able to tuck the chin and not take the full brunt of that one. Dusty is still in control. Dusty with a drop kick. As Muda got to his feet, Dusty connected with a boot to the shoulder, knocking Muda off balance. And now Muda is down, and Dusty is going to work the ankle once again with a standing ankle twist. Standing ankle twist from Dusty Rhodes. Muda spins around out of that one and gets both feet into the chest of Dusty and pushes him away. And as Dusty comes back in, it is Muda who brings Dusty down to the canvas and wraps him up quickly in a figure 4 head scissor. Nice counter hold by Muda. But Dusty gets a leg across the bottom rope, and we are forced to break as they lock up once again in the center of the ring, collar and elbow. Both men still showing some intensity in their competition, but the sportsmanship has still remained on the up and up as they come back together for another lockup. And this time it is Muda who's going to try for the single leg takedown. Dusty powers his way out of that, and it is Dusty instead who grabs Muda by the arm for a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Muda. And on a roll of 6, it is actually Muda who is going to grab the arm of Dusty and send Dusty careening into the turnbuckle. And Muda follows him up and scores with a running high knee to the chest. He got that knee smash right into the sternum of Dusty, and that staggers the big man. Muda back in control here. And Muda with another jumping spin kick just nailed Dusty Rhodes right smack dab in the middle of the chest. Dusty goes down. Muda goes for the cover, but on a roll of 8, Dusty kicks out, and the match will continue. Both men now at 2 points of fatigue. Muda back in control. And what's Muda going to do here? Looks like Muda is going to go to a choice G, which is either a death jump or a power move. Let's see. Dusty has a death jump rating of A, believe it or not. He's got enough ring awareness. The power's a -1, so we can either go for the power move on a 7 or lower or for the death jump A. He's going to go for the power move. And on a roll of 10, Dusty got out of that one, and it is Dusty now who takes over on level 2 offense. Not a good selection either way for Muda there. Went for the German suplex. Dusty reverses, and Dusty takes Muda back down to the canvas and again tries to tie up that knee. And this time drops the elbow across the knee of Muda. And Muda is now holding that knee in some discomfort. Good looking blow there by Dusty. Not only did he scissor lock the knee, but then he dropped the elbow on the knee. And Muda has been staggered. Perhaps setting up for another attempt at that figure 4. But right now Muda is going to be lifted up by Dusty. And Dusty drops him back down to the canvas with another big back body drop. And Dusty stays in control. He's going to go back to work on the knee, and another elbow drop across the knee, and Muda is now showing signs of some more significant injury to that knee as Dusty comes in with a big elbow drop off the top turn, off the ropes, and down hard with the elbow. He's going to go for a cover here. The pin roll is a 5 or lower, but on a roll of 6, Muda just got his foot over the bottom rope before the count of 3. As Frank Wainscott is now in the chat room. Frank Wainscott from Cincinnati, Ohio. My son had 3 catches today for Mount St. Joe's College in Cincy. Mount St. Joe's, aren't they the ones that are like the perennial Division III champions, or have I got that wrong? Is that Frank? Is that the school that always seems to be at the top of the Division III tournaments there at Mount St. Joe? And if so, in any event, you've got every right to be proud of your son as he had a good day on the football field. So congratulations to Frank. The match continues here in New Orleans as Muda just escapes the pin attempt there by Dusty. And now Dusty is going to go for a death jump. We don't see this very often out of Dusty. But on a roll of 3, we learn why. As Dusty comes off the top rope looking to score with a big elbow smash, Muda gets up and rolls through that and tries for the pin attempt. He can get a pin on a roll of 4 or lower here. Dusty kicks out, but Muda caught him coming in with that and took him over in a modified sort of fireman's carry power slam type move as Muda caught Dusty coming off the top turnbuckle, and Muda is now in control. And Muda now is going to go for that. He's going to go for a death jump this time. And on a roll of 7, it is a flying clothesline off the top rope by Muda that puts Dusty back down to the canvas. Boy, Dusty may have made an error in judgment. And Muda is in control here. And Muda is now going to go with another power drive elbow into the chest of Dusty. Dusty is down. Muda is going to go for he's going to pitch him out of the ring. And out we go once again. Both these guys are rated A on the arena floor. And on a roll of 7, it is Muda who wins the brawl on the arena floor. As Muda scores with a series of hard karate chops to the chest and neck of Rhodes. Rhodes backing off, covering up. And both men finally get into the ring to beat the 10 count. And again, Muda's going to come off the top turnbuckle. And again, he nails Dusty with another flying clothesline off the top rope. And Dusty Rhodes is down once again. Fans here in New Orleans are encouraging both men as they really don't have a favorite in this match. Muda is again going to go for the death jump. And this time on a roll of 6, it is Dusty who is first to his feet, and he grabs Muda off the top turnbuckle and throws him down to the canvas hard. Boy, both men have taken a beating in this match. Both men are at the limits of their fatigue, and Muda was a step slow getting up to the top turnbuckle for that death jump, and Dusty made him pay. Dusty now with an opportunity. He's going to go for the big elbow drop. That's a 0 finisher. He makes the cover. The pin roll here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 4, he got it. What a match. Dusty Rhodes with the big elbow drop on Muda to score the victory after throwing Muda down off of the top turnbuckle. And after a grueling match with both men taking all kinds of punishment and dishing out all kinds of punishment, it is Dusty Rhodes who gets the last laugh and plants the great Muda with an elbow drop for the pinfall victory. And surprisingly enough, it is Dusty Rhodes and the great Muda who are sharing an embrace in the center of the ring as Muda raises the arm of Dusty in the air in victory. Neither man is in any mood for a dance party after that grueling match as Muda leaves the ring in disappointment. And your winner and moving on in the Filsinger Cup Tournament is this man, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for checking things out here tonight, and thank you for your patience with the technical problems as the XSplit software just completely blew up on me in the middle of the earlier portion of the broadcast, and so I had to reboot and reload and make a new scene and start all over again with OBS. But we got the job done. We got the matches in, and thank you to everybody who tuned in to tonight's broadcast. Thank you to Mark Ferguson, to Dave Gardner, to James Lawrence, Frank Wainscott, Derek Bauman in the chat room. Let's see, I think we caught Mark Ferguson already, and a good crowd here tonight. Captain Carl 8 as well was here at the beginning of the broadcast. And thank you, Captain Carl, as you check out. Thanks to everybody who visited tonight for Heartland Championship Wrestling. Tomorrow morning we'll be back with My Journey with Jesus as Jesus feeds the 5,000 in Luke chapter 9. And on Friday night we'll be back with Epic Basketball League action 1972-73. The Milwaukee Bucks against the New York Knicks on the channel next Friday night. And until then, thanks everybody for tuning in. That's our stream, and I am out of here.